Hello and welcome to another Guardians of Wilt-Shire video. I'm your host Dewi and this is my hobby vlog number 9. And following on with the last 2 weeks, it's going to be more Knights of the Lamroth. So you joined me after their faces have been painted. All the white parts are undercoated grey, base coated. The armour is complete, the gold is complete. The faces have been based and shaded. I just need to do a quick highlight in the eyes. And I'm just moving on to the blue. I have recoated I did Cantor blue base, then a Calidor Sky next layer, then I shaded with Dragonoff Nightshade, a recoat of Calidor Sky, and now, as with this one, just the edges have been caught with I can't remember what it's called. Is this one here? Teclis Blue, which I think really makes it pop a little bit more. And you can just see the subtle highlights. And I'm really happy with how that's come out. So now he's done. I just need to do the rest of him. Then it'll be just finishing off the face. Then the white, which will really make them be really bright. And then finally just the brown kind of belt and scabbard hold. So I will come back once all the blue and some of the face is finished. So you join me back with more progress on my Knights of the Lamroth, and as you can see by the two in the middle of the frame and the ones off, I finished the white on them, and the ones on the right I haven't quite. It's just these three to finish, and it's literally just a white scar applied over the top of the Hawthorn grey with the slight Dragonoff Nightshade wash. So that's him kind of before the wash. Get a bit more nice light on it. And then after I've applied the white, kind of turn into this in all their shining glory. And I'm really happy with how they've come out at the moment. Pardon me. I'm just waiting on a metal sieve to arrive, and then I can start flocking bases with my new flock box, which I will be doing an unboxing and like kind of a test video on. But I'm sure that'll come out a little bit after Into the West. All I have left to do on these guys now is the strapping, so the round oxide strapping, and their eyes, and their weapons, which I'm going to do once they're based, I think, because that's what I'm going to do on my men-at-arms as well. Just like the sword blades, because I'm handling them a lot, so I didn't want to get that all ruined. So yeah, I've just got that little bit to finish, and then they'll all be done. So a really quick update. I have finished all the white, so now it's just to move on to the Rhinox side, and the eyes. And then these guys are done, and I just need to prep up the shields, which shouldn't take too long at all. So with all of it done, I just got to do the eyes and the swords, but that's once they've been based. And I've had a little go with my flock box, which I bought. You can see the grass is sticking up nice and tall. And I'm going to try and put some longer ones with flowers on it, etc. So I'm happy with the bases. I was just going to show people how I do eyes. So firstly, I simply get some Rhinox hide and pop a little bit where the eyes should be. And then next I will get a tiny bit of white and put two specks with a little gap in between to make a pupil. And I'll show you in a bit. That's all I do, because I used to do white and then put a dark slit in the middle. However, I found that you didn't get the depth of the eyes, but putting the white dot and making sure there's still a bit of darkness around it, especially a brown, really brings out the depth, especially in helmets. I think it looks really good, and I'm happy with how they come out on my men-at-arms. And you join me again when I just, if I can get it in the light and in focus. If you slowly go in. You can see the eyes. And it's just two simple white dots. I found if they're quite small, they generally work a lot better. As you can see, it still provides depth to like the eye socket and the helmet itself. So I just need to do that on all of them, and then I think I might try and start their bases and get that all sorted. So you joined me on Thursday evening. Luke has been over today. We've had a chat about Into the West and what we're doing, and I have finished my Knights of Dol Amroth, which means I have 4 models left to paint for my Into the West army, and I've just got to rebase all of them. I'm really happy with these, and the shields have really come out well, if you can see. Their gleaming armour is just exactly how I want it. There's nice strong bits of white, and if I manoeuvre some of them round, and some of these guys, you can see there is a very vivid blue. Obviously the light is directly above me, so it's not incredible. If I tilt, there's a nice vivid blue. So you can really tell these will be miles apart from everything, and you can really tell they are men of Dol Amroth and men of the Swan City. So I'm really happy with these. I am probably going to try out a few basing things now, and then tomorrow crack on with Imrahil and the 2 Mounted Knights. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit of a different thing. I'm going to try and make some bases, and from the lighting you can see the ones on the right are just white, but this is what they are, and this is the first time I've ever tried it. I needed a bit more height, and I've got a shed load of just cardboard boxes, so I decided let's try and use some to make a little more height for my bases, and then use polyfiller. So if I put it on there, you see it gives it a little bit more height. And if I use my flock box, like I have done with my other bases, so like with this one, there's a bit more height on it. Just to give it that little bit of extra pop. I will be sanding these so they're relatively smooth. This one is very subtle, there's not much height difference. Some are higher than others, some have rock faces, some have flowers, different like grasses, so that's just the aim. So this is purely a test for the moment, and we'll see how it goes. So a little update on the test bases. I sanded the polyfiller kind of flat after I'd put it over the cardboard. I used this, which is called Java Bean, and it's a emulsion paint from Wilkinson's, or Wilco as they're now called, on top of sand, which I just put on top of the bases, and then I dry brushed Tyrant Skull on, and I've just Agrax Earth Raid washed it. But if I come down and kind of pan across, you can see the different levels. And I think it really does help, especially with the dry brushing. You can see like the high ridges, especially like here you can see quite clearly there's a little bit of an arc on this one. This one's got a higher right side, and this one's just got a little tiny one in the middle. I really like, for making undulating terrain, the cardboard method. For Riders of Rohan, I think it's going to work excellent, especially if I put 3 layers of cardboard maybe, to make some big rolling kind of hills. It's really going to work. I like how they come out, and I might give them one more little dry brush, and then I'm going to flock them, and then it's just a case of going miniatures on. So here is the bases with the static flock on, and as you can see they're all different and all undulating. the gaps look okay, I think, especially when I also got models on there. I'm planning to add some flowers and stuff as well, so it should be pretty good. I'm quite happy with how these came out. I'm going to definitely do them for the rest of my Dalamoth army because I think it'll look awesome. And again, this is inspiration from James Collard. The undulating terrain I kind of used with cardboard off my own back, but the static flock box he's used, and I had a little conversation with him, and it is well worth it. So after testing flock and flowers, I've got a bit of just normal sand on these. If I focus, it's worked really well. I like it. I've got my coloured sand that's arrived. I have tested it a little bit on one of those, so they will be going on those bases, and I need to make up another 20 or so. And as you can see, I have started the last 4 models I need, which is Imrahil foot mounted and 2 mounted Knights of Dalamoth. It is Saturday night. It is currently 6:45 in the evening, and I'm going to a concert tomorrow. So tomorrow is a complete write-off for painting, which means I need to get as much done as possible today. So I'll probably flit in and out, maybe just come back at the end once these are done, or at least as much as possible. So I literally just need to get a real get up and go with all of these. So now it is Monday night, and my hobby vlog should be going up, but I'm going to do a big bumper 2-week one for next week, next Monday, because I can edit it Friday, I think, because I won't get any done over the weekend because I'm at Into the West, and we'll get a big bumper one. So this is the amount of bases that I need for the models I've painted. It's slightly more than my Into the West army. I've just got to finish off those 3, which shouldn't take too long at all. I just thought I'd show you all the cardboard kind of contours, and then I'm going to polyfill them all like I've done previously, and do a similar step. And then tonight I can let the polyfiller dry. I'm going to try and do some more tufts, because I'll need more. Cut them up and get them smaller. I've got some coloured sand now. It is glitter sand, which I think will work better. I didn't mean to buy it, but I did. Imrahil's going to have some rocks coming out of his base. Everyone else is just going to be a bit plain. I just think I'd give him a little bit more scope. So yeah, I'm going to get on with polyfilling everything now. So here we are with them all polyfilled, and obviously as before, the lighting is, you can see bits of cardboard, but if you go down, you can see there's undulating terrain. So I know I've just got to let these dry overnight, sand them down tomorrow, just to make them smooth, so when I apply the sand it's all nice and easy. Next I'm going to make a lot of tufts for all my various pieces. I'm going to cut some of these in 2 because I've got sand pots and these are slightly too big. Cutting them in 2 just means I can get lots of different colours of flowers. So that's the next job. These bases shouldn't take too long, it's just the waiting time in between for like the tufts to dry. That's why I'm doing them late at night, so they can all dry overnight. And so as you can see, in the space of for me probably about 20 minutes, I've made 128 tufts, which are all going to have various colours of flowers on. I'm thinking definitely white, maybe a pink, maybe a lightish blue, a dark blue. I'm just trying to think of colours that will tie in with Dalamoth and the plentiful lands. So I might do some little bit of research on colour coordination with everything to make them feel at home. I'm going to keep white flowers going across the Blackroot Vale and the Dalamoth, just so it ties in, but they're probably going to have a slightly different colour flowers for their different fiefdoms. So the polyfiller is dried, and I've sanded all the bases so they're all undulating and all different levels. And if there's a weird noise in the background, it was because my dog has just woken up. Say hello, Milo. Sleepy. So yeah, all I've got to do now is put sand on these and then let it dry, and I'm going to try and do that before I go to work so it's all finished for later on. And the basing progress has really kicked on. I have PVA'd and sanded all of my bases, so they are ready for painting this afternoon when I get back from work. Then they should be dry and I can dry brush them and everything tonight, and then I might flock them tonight, depending on what time I get back from work. Because it's a big shift, because it's a split shift. I'm gonna do make sure the flowers are all sorted as well. So I've got all my tufts in there. I'm just gonna dip them in some sand. I did a test run of these the other day, just with normal uncoloured sand, and it worked really well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the colours on them, and making it look, really making the models come to life, because that's something I'm really trying to work on, is my basing, instead of just the standard plain boring ones, just with a bit of sand and a bit of flock. I really do like that the grass stands up. I think it really gives it a little bit more edge and like a little bit more realism. So you'll see these all painted later, and then we'll go from there. So you joined me a little while later. I've come back from work, and I just got on with everything. So as you can see, all the bases have been painted the emulsion brown. I think it's called Java Bean, maybe. And the tufts, I have put little bits of sand on. And you might be able to see, every now and then there's a little shimmer. And that's because it's the glitter sand. As you can see in there, it's all glittery. And I'm going to do another 4 colours. So I've got 64 white flowers, white bunches of flowers, and I'm going to do 16 of each colour. Because I've got 29 models to do, if I'm correct. So I've got quite a lot of variants. I can put like a white flower on each, and then like maybe 2 different colours on one. So we will see. But that's the plan. I don't know what the time is now. Yeah, so I'm probably going to get the rest of these flowers done. So there's lots of different colours, which I think they're going to look really good. So as you can see, there's been a lot of progress tonight. I've dry brushed everything. The rocks are complete. These are going to be for Imrahil, these 2 here. My other flowers are nice and ready. The case is now just putting all the static grass on the bases, and I think I'm going to do them about 6 at a time. Leave a little few empty patches like this, just to give a bit of a rougher terrain. And it means tomorrow I can let that dry overnight, and tomorrow I can get on with finishing off the actual painting and start mounting some of these, because I'm going to put them all on the bases and then apply the flowers, because I think that will work the best. So join me back tomorrow morning when you can see everything all flocked. So you join me now. There's been a massive jump between the last 2 clips. I've just looked back, and it's huge. In the last one you would have seen the bases dry brushed at the start of the clip, and now we have my army finished. And as you can see, if we start down here with Imrahil and Duna here, they have the Blackroot Veils have white and orange flowers with some extra longer tufts on the bases. Pardon me. The Knights of Dol Amroth have white, pink and blue, and the Men-at-Arms have white, yellow and blue as well. And I'm really happy with how these come out. I finished these guys off, so my 2 mounted knights are done. I'm really happy with how all the flowers have come out. and how all the models have come out, and you can see all the angles on the footnights, and you can see all the different pike levels from where the ground's undulating. I really like this guy's pose. He's leaning back to fire his bow, and I think it just really is dynamic. Really, really is. It looks like they're charging over the rough ground in the south of Gondor. So this is the Into the West army. It's not this entirely, but it's enough for dismounts and everything as well. I'll do an army showcase on my Into the West army. But this is the majority of the models that I need. So I hope you've enjoyed it's kind of a week and a half, 2-week bumper Into the West progress. I hope you comment, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.